I'm clearly losing it. I'm just come for 10 hours of day 3, so I will have done in the last 3 days 24 hours of hiking, running. So a third of my time in the last 3 days has been spent in the mountains, and I'm sure I just saw 2 squirrels fighting over a mushroom, clearly going absolutely crazy. Just outside the church in Chamonix. I think next time I'm here it'll be slightly busier. Mont Blanc shrouded in cloud. Yeah, going to start now and try and run the first 32 kilometers or so, 20 miles from the first day, with about 1800 meters of climbing, I think. So going to head off. Really hot today. Be a bit cooler, imagine at 6 p.m. at the end of August. Behind me is the Chamonix vertical kilometer course. Race may start in the road, but it's not a bad view. Pretty windy today, very hot, but pretty windy. So sun hats had to go. 4k in, first little climb of the day, as I've got potentially 4 big days, just taking it nice and easy from the start, trying to replicate what I'll do on race day. Day 1 of wrecking the UTMB route. You can see Chamonix below me. I'm just doing the first significant climb, and it's the only one I'm going to be doing today. Nearly at the top. Some good learnings already to introduce into my training, especially for the other climbs like this. It's a lot steeper in terms of, I've mapped out all the average gradients, but this has flatter and then steeper pitches. So I need to try and find some steeper hills to train on, because the ones I've been doing, although having the same average gradient as this climb, are pretty consistent off that mid gradient and don't really have the steep climbs like this one I'm on just now. So far, so good. Pretty amazing views up here. I think this is the UTMB route, but it's closed unfortunately, so I'm not going to get to see this section. So I'll have to find another way down into the village. So that's day 1 done. Did about 29k. And had about 1200 odd meters of climbing in the end. See how day 2 goes. I've got to go over the col there with all the snow on it. I've been reading all the reports for the last week or so. People have been going up, so tomorrow I'll have the ice axe, the crampons, if the weather forecast tomorrow morning for the mountains is looking okay. But yeah, pretty happy with that. If I was to do that pace for the whole race, I'll be doing 24 hours. That definitely is not going to be happening. So I will see you tomorrow. Day 2 of checking out the UTMB course. Just hiking back up to where I got to yesterday. And looks like going to have another really nice day weather-wise. Got to head up over there. So as you can probably see, got the ice axe. Non-mandatory equipment normally. I'm hoping it's not too icy, as it will have been in the sun for a good hour or 2 before I get up there. Legs a little bit tired after yesterday, but I'm hoping once I get warmed up they will be good. I've got an absolutely monster day today, if I can do it all. 54 kilometers with around 4,000 meters of ascent and descent. And this is me back on the route. So I'm going to get started. Pretty snowy, this section of trail. Well established path though, so no need for the ice axe just yet. Gets a bit steeper further up though. What a view behind as well. Day 2 is proving absolutely stunning. It's also proving quite hard on tired legs. So far so good. Got about another 400 meters of ascent to get to the top of this col, and then a couple of other climbs before the long descent down. Just over halfway. Hoping it'll take me about 11 hours today to do the 54k. Had to do a few wrong turns and things that slowed me down a bit. Then I stopped and bought some water, a can of Orangina, in a village way down at the bottom of that valley. So sat there for 10 minutes. Just nice and relaxed pace because I've got 2 other big days coming up. Just descending down from the col, now in Italy, and heading down. I think the race route goes up to the left, and behind those big pointy cliffs, but I'm not sure whether there's any tracks over there in the snow, and there's a lot of snow on that side, so when I get down I'll see if anyone's gone up around by that route. If not, I may just cut that section out, because it rejoins just a bit further down in the valley, so I don't want to take any unnecessary risks today. Just about to rejoin the course. This place is just unbelievable. Unfortunately the GoPro just will not do it justice, the scale. Slow going with all the snow around, but plenty of views to look at to keep me occupied. Just on the final climb now towards Courmayeur. This section you get down to that calm ball and then turned off and start climbing. Pretty hard going. Top of the climb before the descent into Courmayeur. Day 2 done, 51k, and this is the preparation now for day 3. Legs are feeling it though, so it'll be interesting to see how we got on. Also, Grand Col Ferret apparently has got lots of snow, so that may impact plans. It's the highest point of the route tomorrow. Just a little bit of prep and kit required. Day 3. Legs are feeling pretty good actually, so hopefully the weather conditions will allow us to get up over Grand Col Ferret. I'm going to be going with my wife today because she's doing CCC and this is where they start, so I'm going to have company for today and just beginning to pack everything up for another big day out in the mountains. I think today's about 47 kilometers with just around 2,700 meters of ascent apparently. So another big day out, and I'm going to be carrying a much bigger rucksack today, so going a bit slower. All packed and ready to go, just leaving Courmayeur and about to hit the first big climb of the day up that mountain. 800 meters straight up. That's going to be a good test for the legs. Just past Bertone, see Courmayeur down in the valley. Pretty rocky trail all the way up and steep, and then hoping it flattens off shortly after this. Wow, another amazing trail. You can see way over there, the low point. It's where I came from yesterday. And heading over one of those passes. Quite a lot of snow up there. Heading up Grand Col Ferret, highest point of the race at the top of here, and second big climb of the day for me. Some Bouquetin over there, so pretty cool. I've come from all the way down that valley, and way in the distance, that's where I was yesterday. So about 20k in today, so not even halfway yet. But as I said, today's a bit of a slower day, more of a hike, just jogging the downhills as much as anything. He says walking down a hill. Yeah, heading up here. Just about at the bottom of the descent now, before I climb up to Champillac. Just arrived at Champillac, where I'm staying tonight. So that's another big day, about 46 kilometers or so, over 2,500 meters of climbing. And pretty happy with how the legs are feeling, but I feel a bit like that duck, ready for my bed, carrying a big backpack. It's meant my shoulders are absolutely aching. The legs are feeling really good, which I'm really happy about. So tomorrow, all being well, will be another day of around 45 kilometers or so. Yeah, over the last 3 days, I think I've done close to 7,000 meters of climbing and over 120 kilometers. Not a bad training block. As I said, not something you do every day, but in terms of doing it as a shock every now and then, it can be a real benefit, and I will do a video about shock training in the future. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss that. Right, I will see you tomorrow. Day 4 and final leg today, about 46 kilometers with another 2,500–3,000 meters of climbing. And what another absolutely stunning day. Not a bad view to start the day with. Legs are feeling really good, but it may change once I get to the first climb. And yeah, 3 big climbs coming up today, so it's going to be a long day again. Back with the lighter pack though, so hopefully moving a bit faster. In terms of carrying the big pack yesterday, my shoulders were feeling pretty sore, but legs are feeling great. But it just feels amazing with this light pack. So a few days ago, all the mandatory kit for UTMB felt quite heavy. Today it feels really light. And I know Jasmine Paris, that who won the spine race, is a big fan of doing multi-day hikes in the mountains, carrying, you know, big packs, building up strength that way before her big races, and also, you know, Bob Graham rounds, Paddy Buckley rounds, all those sort of events where she's the record holder So I'm definitely going to be including that in my training. Do maybe a 3-4 day hike with a big backpack on. Maybe doesn't get the cardio benefit, or training I should say, but in terms of endurance and just building muscle strength and just getting used to hiking, because obviously so much of the UTMB is going to be hiking. And I know that power hiking is my weakest area when it comes to these sort of races. I always lose places when it's hiking. I'm just rubbish at walking fast. Got more hair than me. I love the fact that the trails here, there's just so many places to get water. Make sure you stay hydrated. In the aid stations I always take an extra cup or two. So replicating that. It's only about, I don't know, 9 o'clock now. It's already absolutely roasting. And it's only going to get hotter. Another snow bridge crossing. Hope a lot of these on race day. Absolutely loving these trails. I may not be saying that on race day with these descents, but luckily my quads are holding up pretty well. I put that down to recover every night. I've had a amount of recovery fuel. My feet, the soles of my feet were a bit sore yesterday, but I'm using the cold to recovery calf sleeves and socks. So after a couple of hours of that, it's really soothing, and so far no foot pain, which has been good. A little technical section. So yeah, been really happy with how my body's responded to this training, which I think is testament to all the previous weeks. I was a bit concerned about the distances I was doing in the times in the Pyrenees. I think that was partly down to the altitude and partly down to the technical nature of the trails in the Pyrenees. Like this track here is probably one of the most technical sections of the race, and yet is easier than most of my training runs, in that I've been able to jog all the way down, which has been very pleasant. Got a little bit lost in that last village, Trail. Looked like the route went through someone's garden, so maybe on race day they do that. So I came a different way, but last year they came up this climb, but I think previous years they've done another climb. So I'm not sure which route it is, but I think the other one's slightly longer, but not so steep. This one is an absolute brute. But yeah, get over this one, second last climb of the big climb of the race. I'll be back in the Chamonix Valley. And then one more climb to do. Quite a nice view over there. Even better one over there. Oh, so glad that I'm doing this as a recce, because I think I was doing it on the race. I'd stop so many times for photos, I'd waste an hour. Just incredible. Just stopped at the little information centre and cafe, how they called. Bag of crisps, or chips if you're American, and a can of Coke. It's not the healthiest diet, ultra running, but essentially I am eating my way around Mont Blanc as much as hiking and running it. So yeah, heading up here. And it's very cruel, because this climb wasn't in the UTMB a few years ago. You headed down the valley, nice gentle descent, all the way to Chamonix, and they decided that ended up in Iceland. Cold. Natural spring. Anyway, yeah, they added this climb in, which adds probably at least another 1,000 meters to climb up, because it's for about 800 meters and it's a bit undulating. So yeah, up we go. In total, I will have done around 160 odd kilometers, 100 miles, and 10,000 meters of ascent over the last 4 days, which is the biggest ever training block I have done. Never done 100 miles in a week, and to do it in 4 days, pretty happy with that. Legs have felt amazing, well, relatively speaking, given what I've done, and it's been quite an interesting experiment doing these big back-to-back runs, which is something which I haven't done too much of in the past, but I knew that for UTMB I need to have 1 or 2 shock weekends to try and really boost the fitness, get the body used to working on tired legs, and definitely achieve that, because it's been 10-hour days back to back, and probably 8.5 hours today, 4 hours on the first day just to warm into it. So yeah, pretty big 4 days of training. I am looking forward to a few days of rest. This is as far as I'm going on the UTMB route. Cape Car station over there, Flagey. It is the route shot from there. In between here and there is where I proposed to my wife. So I'm going to hold off revisiting that spot until race day, because I'll then just have to take a different route down anyway, so it's going to give me an extra kilometre or 2 on the UTMB course, and I've done all that section before. I have to give a big thank you to Alexa, my wife, as she basically organised the whole trip for me. She's even sacrificed part of her CCC recceing to ensure that I could see as much of the course as possible. As the coaching business has got busier and busier, she picked up more of the sorting of this kind of stuff out, which has been absolutely amazing. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. And I'm going to head down to there.